welcome back to the channel, DTV59, Complete Auto Detailing and more. And today we're going to be doing something to the Chrysler 300. But before I show you what we're going to be doing today, is I'm going to take you through some of the things. You know, I called it the My Chrysler 300 Rehab, okay? But I'm going to take you through a few things of what I have done to it so far that I have not showed you guys on the YouTube channel, which is, you know, YouTube University. And I'm going to show you a few things that I've done to it so far. Okay, so in previous episodes, I'll show you a few things that I've done to it so far. I've put the vinyl wrap, the vinyl black matte, the vinyl matte wrap, matte black wrap on the hood. Say that 5 times, okay? I did that. Remember, I blacked out the grill as well, and I also tinted out the front lights on it. I changed the colors of the wheels that are on there. Let's see. This piece right down here used to be that side molding. I took all that off and used this. That's also vinyl wrap, which is on there as well. As you can see, I blacked out the bumper. I put the dual tailpipes then on the back. The double tip, not dual, but double tip tailpipe back here in the back. I did that. On around to the other side. Take a look on the inside. I ordered some seat covers, and these are the seat covers that I got, that I put on it. Leave me in a comment and tell me what you think about them, okay? I mean, I ordered them off of Amazon, and they weren't that expensive. They kind of look like quilts to me. Now, other people tell me that they like them, but you guys tell me what you think of them, okay? So those are the back seats. Those were done as well. Those are some of the things that I've done to the Chrysler. Remember, I did all the blackouts. I blacked out the mirror caps. I blacked out the side vents. So today, what I'm going to be doing today, and I also replaced the upper. I also replaced the upper ball joints along with the upper control arms and the lower ball joints and the tie rod ends. I replaced those as well. So today what I'm going to be doing, because when I get on my brakes, when I'm driving and I get on the brakes, I get this like vibration out of it. Now check the front wheels and everything, and all the front end parts are fine. You know, the alignment on it and everything is good. The car has got 177,000 miles on it, but I'm going to tell you something. This thing runs pretty good. It runs very, very good. And it's a 2006. It's a 3.5 liter. This thing is smooth and it picks up fast. So what I'm going to do today is, and I know it's never been done because of these original ones, I am going to do some brake work. And this is what I got to do the brake work with. Okay? I ordered these off of eBay. I got them off eBay, which came with the rotors. You can see these are the slotted air vented rotors, which is the same kind that I put on the F-150. I got those that are going on there. And with this package, this is a pretty good package. I got this package off eBay, okay? And it's from a company called Detroit Axle, and these are premium ceramic. Those are premium carbon fiber ceramic brakes that are there. So I'm gonna replace those. You see, you got the new the anti-rattle brackets that go with it as well. They also, in the package, they send a can of brake fluid, a small can of brake fluid, the Dot 3, and they also send the brake cleaner. So that's what I'm gonna be doing today. And I'm telling you, not for a bad price. You go to one of the local auto stores and you get this same stuff in a local auto store. You're gonna pay $100 a piece for each one of these rotors or more. You're gonna pay that for them. But I got the whole package off of eBay for $149. $149 off of eBay. And that's what we're gonna be doing today. We're gonna be pulling the wheels and everything off, and we're gonna be doing new brakes. So let's get at it. one thing I want you all to notice. You see, I got the wheel off of it, and this right here, this is an inch and a half. This is an inch and a half spacer, wheel spacer that I have on it. But in order for me to take off the rotor, because I got to take the rotor off, well, first I got to take the whole brake caliper off. I'm going to take that off from the side, and then I'm going to hang it up on. I'm going to take it off from the back and the whole thing in one piece and hang it off from the side. And I'll take it apart as I get it off, okay? But in order for me to get this off, I have to take that inch and a half spacer off. That definitely has to come out of there. Now, taking the caliper and everything off, first thing I have to do is I have to take out these two bolts right here. This one right here, hope you can see that with my finger. That one and the one down here at the bottom, right there where my finger is, those are both 1/2-inch bolts, and I got to take those off in order to pull the piston part off first, okay? That's what that's a single piston. Now in my F-150, I got dual pistons. It's got 2 of them in it, but this is a single one. Okay. Now, also, I gotta put a hook on that to keep that up. Now I gotta take off the bracket, which is right here. It's a bracket, and I don't know if you can see back there or not. A couple of bolts that are holding that bracket in, which is this one right here and that one right there. Those 2 bolts there. That one and that other one. I got to take both of those out. And I do believe those are maybe about an 20. Now I was right. The 2 bolts back here, which you can see one right here, they're both 18s. That's an 18 that goes on that one and an 18 go on that one. Now I could use my breaker bar to get them off. You know, that's a lot more work. I got an impact gun. The thing about it is not to work harder, is to work smarter, right? Okay, now here's the old rotor, which is right here. And as you can see, it's not in really bad shape, but it's old. And the thing about it is this rotor more than likely probably been on this vehicle since it's been a vehicle, okay? So, it's not costing me that much. It's costing me under $150 because I'm doing it myself. And I'm gonna put the new ones on there, but before I put these new rotors on there, I'm gonna spray them down with a little bit of brake clean. I know I got some over there, on the other side, the stuff that they sent me, but I hey, I'm an auto detailer. I keep all kinds of stuff like this, that I'll just add that to what I need because maybe one day I'll use it. But I want to spray some brake cleaner around this. And the reason why you want to spray brake cleaner around it, because this thing came out the factory. And just remember something. It may have some kind of plastic or other kind of chemicals or something that may be on it. And you don't want that to engage with your ceramic brake pads that you put on it. And as you can see, like right in here, look at that. That's something that's like a gooey like. That's right there. I don't know if you can see that spot or not. Okay. Now the thing about it is, before I put all this stuff on it, before I put the new brakes and everything on it, as you all can see that where I painted the brake calipers right here, I painted them a few months ago with matte wild honey. So I'm going to touch up the area around there just a little bit. Plus, this part down here, I really need to do some touching up on it because, it just adds a little flavor. Hey, it's my my project vehicle that I like. I love it. Somebody asked me, when was I going to get rid of it? I don't think I'm going to get rid of it. I like it. I love the way it runs. I like the way it drives. And when I finish all this today, we are going to go out on a test drive with it because we got to work the new brakes in. So let's get a little bit of over here. Now, I'm spraying mainly on the outside of it, so I'm not worried about the paint going inside, getting on the caliper. Not the caliper, but the piston. The piston itself, okay? So I'm just touching up around this side over here where you can see the paint is kind of, got a little ugly. So just to touch that up a little bit. And this is a Cryline. This is a Cryline Fusion all-in-one. It's a paint primer. But before I painted them, I primed them because I got to have a separate primer. I just can't use a paint and primer. To me, just using a paint and primer doesn't work. It's going to start peeling. I use a primer, and sometimes I always do 2 coats. I do a primer and I do an etch primer. Okay? And that's my 2 coats, the regular primer, and I do an etching primer on it as well. But it's a matte wild honey. Just wanted something a little bit different. I mean, everybody else puts red brake calipers, and I didn't want to do blue because the vehicle is blue. All right, so I want to do something to shine out a little bit, stand out a little bit. So I did the matte honey finish. Now I got all this cleaned off and ready to go. I'll take this, the rotor, and I didn't even try them on yet, guys, to see if they fit or not, but we'll see together. Now, he should fit. There we go. Perfect fit. Perfect fit. See, that kind of hangs down like that, but what I'm going to do in order to put the brakes and stuff on it, I'm going to take a lug nut and put that on like this. Take one of the lug nuts and screw one of the lug nuts on there to get that in place. And this will just keep this upright, make it easier for you to set. See, and push that back some. They make it easy to set the caliper on. But that is a perfect fit, and I think that looks good. I think it looks great. I love the look. I love the look of these rivets right here. I love the look of these air holes. I think these are great. These are fantastic. I love them. I really do. I love them. Now I want you all to see something that I just noticed. Now check this out, okay? Now I just set this one on there as you saw, and put the bolt in there to hold on tight. But I'm looking at the way that the angle that the holes are going in. You notice they're going this way. They're going towards they're going towards the back. They're going towards the left. Now, the wheel in normal position will go to the right this way here, okay? So I looked at the other one, and as you look on the other wheel has the same lines, which are right here, these lines, and they're facing going the other way. So if we turn this around and put this wheel on here instead, I'm not a brake expert, okay? I'm not a brake expert. I put on a lot of brakes and a lot of rotors. I've done a lot of them. I learned this stuff from my daddy, James Bills, years ago. He taught me when I was a kid to put this stuff on, to how to do this, and I've been doing it ever since. So I'm thinking that the way that these holes are going, that should be turned, that this one here, we're on the passenger side. So that's facing forward, going forward, because most of the time your vehicle's going forward and backwards. So I'm thinking that this one down here should go on the right side, the passenger, and this one on here should go on the left. So I'm taking them off. I'm moving them around. As I was showing you before, these are the new brakes I'm gonna put on. These are the ceramic, the carbon fiber ceramic brakes, which from Detroit Axle, and these are the old brakes that were on here. Okay, now as you can see, the old brakes, I'm be honest with you, it wasn't that bad. Okay, and even the old metal hardware that was on there. Now these brakes have been changed in their lifetime because the vehicle's got 177,000 miles in it. I may have changed the brakes. Well, not on this one. Okay, well, let me correct that, okay? I was saying that I was aiming to change the brakes, not may have changed the brakes. Okay, so and as you can see, these metal pieces right here, the rattle brackets, they're not in bad shape and they can be cleaned up and used, but I'm not going to use them. I'm going to use the new stuff. I mean, I got it, so why not use it? They also put a pack of grease that's in here, you know, anti-squeal grease. I'm not even going to use that. I'm going to use my own stuff. I got some Lucas. It's extra. It's called Red and Tacky. I'm using the anti-seize. That's what I like. Now I also use the other stuff. I got the heavy duty grease as well, but I like using the anti-seize. I like using the anti-seize because that stuff, you know, it just keeps metal from seizing up, and not only that, but it's definitely a great anti-brake squeal. It really is. Anti-brake squeal basically is nothing but grease. That's what it is. It's grease. It's a thick form of grease that they put on it. Okay. So we're gonna, while I'm waiting on that piece down there to dry, I'm gonna put a little bit of anti-seize because I put it on the back of this. The reason why is because the piston presses up against it. So I want to keep that soft and that kind of not as much lubricated, but just to keep it from drying out, and you know, and because if you don't grease that, my dad used to teach me that. He said if you don't grease that the back of this back here, when you step on your brakes and you get that squealing sound, that's where it's coming from, because you didn't put any type of anti-seize on it. But anti-seize will go on here, and it'll also go between there, because this is where the brake slides up and down in, right here. These little pieces right here, that's where the brakes slide up and down in. So that's what we're gonna be doing. Now the first thing I do before I get ready to put the new brakes on is I go to the master cylinder, which is right over here. That top pops off right there. You can see the master cylinder under there. There's the master cylinder. And what I do is I unloosen the top of it. Okay? Look down in it to see how much fluid is in it. But I always take the top and leave the top loosen on it. And the reason why, because that thing is an airtight top. It's an airtight top. I have to push the pistons in the brakes, which are this piece back up in here. I have to push that piston back in order to be able to put the new brakes on it. So to push that piston back, you're pushing fluid back up into the master cylinder. Now, this is something my dad taught me years ago. What he used to do was, whenever he pushed that back, he'd unloosen this line here, right here, and he allowed the fluid to squirt out of it. And the reason why he did that is so that no air would go into it and would just smoothly go back. And he said, because if you did take that and push that without loosening that top out, that you could do something to the anti-lock brake system. You can mess that up, and it's happened. I've seen it happen before. When the person finished doing it, the anti-brake light came on. They had finished because they pushed that fluid back up in there without loosening that top, or just letting some of that fluid go out. But like I said, I just take the top of it off just in case if so much of it comes up, it's got room to escape. Okay. So now to the part of the caliper that holds the brakes. I've got the new anti-rattle clips that are going here, and as you can see, I set one in place and the other one goes in place the same way. Got that backwards, sits right up in here, just like this, and that end pushes inward like that, and that's what your brakes slide up and down on. Okay, so we're gonna put that on there first, and after I put that on there, then I'll put this on to this part here. Okay, so now I got the new rotors and the new brakes on. This is the passenger side. I didn't want to bore you all with going through the whole thing. I repeated the other side, which was the driver's side, and that's the driver's side. So, got all that done, got the new brakes and everything. Everything's in place, everything's ready to go. Now all I'm waiting on now is I'm waiting on that second piece of help that I need. I need foot help because I had to have somebody pump the brakes while I bleed them, okay? Okay, so now the brakes have all been bled on both sides. As you can see, the grease and stuff is out there that I should have put something down, a rag or something down to keep it from spilling all over the place. I'm gonna torque down my spacers just a little bit more because I got the other side done. I wanna make sure that these on this side are torqued down. And you're supposed to check them again after every 500 miles. Road a little bit. Now that little buzzing that you're hearing, that's because I don't have my seatbelt on. Okay? But like I said, I'm just trying to get the brakes acclimated to the roads. And so far they feel good. And that wobble that I had when I got on my brakes, I don't feel it anymore. I don't feel it. Hold on, yo. Let me buckle up my seatbelt so I can stop hearing that buzzing. Okay. Like Ice Cube said, it was a good day. Got the brakes done on the Chrysler 300. Took it out for a test spin. Got the brakes acclimated. I don't have that wobbling in my front right wheel anymore. That's gone. I am happy about it. I'm very happy about it. I want to thank y'all for tuning into my channel. Look here, I want to send a couple of shout outs. First to my friend Craig Smith, who's I believe he's out of Oklahoma. And I also have another friend, his name is Chuck Wick. He's out of the great state of Alaska, from some beautiful part of the country. Send a couple of shout outs to those guys. They hit me up, they leave comments, and they leave me a few words, and I appreciate it. They reach out, and I tell you what, and this, I mean this, that one of the best parts about being on YouTube, it's good to get subscribers. It really is, because, you're looking for different companies to sponsor you, to put their commercials on. That's a great thing. But it's even better that meeting people that are not from where you are. that are hundreds and thousands of miles away from you, and communicating with them. That is pretty cool, because the thing about it is I like people. I really do. I like people, and I like connecting with people. And I think it's a wonderful thing, and we live in a divided country. We live in a divided world, but, we can all come together, and share something in common, which we all have something in common. We're all part of the human race, and I appreciate that. But I appreciate you, like I said, Chuck Wick and Craig Smith. It's a lot more people that are out there, and I don't know your names, but hey, if you want to talk, I leave my number up all the time. I leave my connection number. My email address is right up there. You can hit me. And I'm finished with this one for the day. But I'm coming back out a little bit later on because today is supposed to be 100 degrees in St. Louis. And I got to wash that one because that one is dirty. And I'm going to wash that one as well because that one is dirty. It's been sitting out in the shop, and it's picked up a lot of dust and dirt. So we'll clean them up. And anyway, thank y'all for joining in. Hey, hit that subscribe button. Hit the like button. I appreciate it so much. DTV 59 Complete Auto Detailing. It's been another wonderful day. I appreciate y'all. Please let your family know, let your friends know to hit those like buttons, hit those subscribe buttons, and I'll keep trying to bring you more and more and more different types of content. Y'all have a wonderful day. God bless, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.